More potent than anything you could hope harness. Covered, see the shape of it, sweet as cloaked harmless. The nature of the beast is to hunt for fresh meat. Preying on the freaks, trap cheeks and bed sheets. Sweat me if you want, do your best, impress me.
But what's funny though is in the psychology field, they're trying to say that, oh no, it's not important to have a household with both mother and father. And I'm sitting
They're pushing that now.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, are you fucking retarded? I'm like, a two-family household, regardless of what the fucking sex or the gender is of the fucking parents, is important. Preferably, it's a man and a woman. Preferably, yes. Because you need to have your disciplinarian and you need to have your nurturer. Right. Preferably. But I mean, realistically, as long as there's two people in the house, as long as one of them is the disciplinarian and one of them plays the role of the nurturer, as long as a child has that, the disciplinarian and the nurturer, a child would have no problem meeting their developmental needs to become a functioning person in the world.
Right.
But yeah.
And an emotionally grown person, exactly. Not just a chronologically grown person.
Exactly.
Because this is what we have, big kids out here.
Yeah, but these liberals in the psychology field, and that's why psychologists and these fucking liberal teachers are scared to let conservatives into these fields that are important, such as teaching and school.
But
and
let me ask you, Chris, what do they back their facts up? What are their facts that they use to back that up with?
None. Because that's the thing.
So what's their argument? How do they prove their point when they say these things?
Because it's science. It's based on hypotheses and theories and trying to prove your theories and collect data and be like, well, when you're collecting your data, you can. They say you're not supposed to do this, but realistically, everybody does this anyways. When you get your data, you look at your data and it's like, how can I make this data fit what I want to say? Because they teach you this too. No, they do. In research methods, I'm not shitting you. In research methods, they teach you how to do this. They teach you how to look at your data and be like, well, my hypothesis said this. My research doesn't. Now, what do I do to my hypothesis to make it match what my research says? This is what I do, is I change that so it sounds a little bit different and it matches this. And that's what they do.
Okay.
So that, exactly. And that's what they do. So now, a lot of them saying is that, two-family households is not an important factor in raising a child. And this is how we know we went out there and we got all this stuff. And it's like, no, stupid. Like, like, shut the fuck up. Like, shut up. Shut up and sit down. I don't know where the fuck you went.
But I mean, for the simple fact of when one gets overwhelmed, there's someone else to help. Like,
exactly.
Before we even get too complicated into this, with one parent, if one parent's the only one there to deal with a child, maybe do these people even have children who come up with this?
No, probably not. Probably not, because listen to this, because this is another.
A kid could terrorize you. They could really go in, especially when they're 2 or 3.
But now here's the best part about this, is that a lot of these people who are getting PhDs and who are getting master's degrees to do research are like 25, 26, and 27 years old. They have no life experience, never held a real job. So, they come out of school after they get their PhD and have no life experience, and they go right into a research department and decide, this is what I'm going to research. And, I've been in school my entire life, and I know better. So, yeah. And this is the point academia has gone to. A point where there's no fucking learning and it's just indoctrination. And this is what gets me mad. Is because, there is no fucking reason unless you're Doogie motherfucking Howser with a fucking IQ of fucking 200, should you be a fucking 20-something-year-old in a fucking PhD program. Go get some fucking life experience in a fucking field
Right.
doing something, and then come back.
Right.
There's no reason.
Then come back and tell me something.
Exactly. Like
So if this is going on in the Ivy League schools, what it seems to me like is it seems to me like they're preparing potential top earners for the next wave. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
Yeah, because they'll come back and be teachers. Yeah, no, you're right. Because what's going to happen is they get them young, they'll go on into the field, they'll do research, they'll work jobs, they'll own their own practices. As they get older, they'll come back to schools, they'll teach, and they'll pass the same bullshit ideology on to the next kid, and to the next kid, and to the next kid. Yeah. And it's just a fucking... Because the people who are starting to come back now to the school to teach are people who've been practicing for a little bit. So, it's a cycle. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, I think to myself, I'm like, these kids have no experience. Like, how do you take somebody with no experience and put them in a PhD program? Like, these kids have no experience, no life experience, haven't been anywhere. Like, where the farthest you've been fucking that hasn't been on vacation, that been doing something to help someone else. Wow. Like where? New Jersey?
Right.
Like
what's your real understanding of the world?
Exactly.
Like, how much have you actually taken in?
Yeah. But again, but these science fields and these teaching fields and these social working fields, again, come down to the ideology of you need to be a liberal because that's who they want in these positions. Is that for people, if they want to either A, be able to indoctrinate you into this ideology, or B, they want you to already have this ideology because it's easier for them to control you. And like I said, like, I don't believe in any of that shit. This social justice, this belief that just based on the color of my skin, I'm a terrible person because of something that my family had nothing to do with. Fuck you, dude. Like, right. I told them that all the time. I'm not going to feel bad because of fucking something my family had nothing to do with. I'm not going to feel bad because I'm a straight man. Go fuck yourself. and you know what? I just spent $7,000 on fucking bullshit. Thank you. I want my fucking money back. You
gotta feel bad for being straight. I never thought the day would come.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was like, what, you not gay? You not gay?
You not gay?
Man.
Shit, you don't be
gay, man.
Shit, you don't be fucking transsexuals? I don't know why you ain't fucking transsexuals. You a bigot. What? That doesn't even make sense.
There was something recently in the news about a transsexual wrestler, right?
Oh, weightlifter. Oh wait, there's two things. There's two of them. So you had the transsexual wrestler who was a girl who was transitioning into a boy, but because of Texas state law that they had to wrestle at their birth gender, which his was a girl, but yet he's like juiced up on like all types of fucking testosterone, so he's like throwing these little bitches like rag dolls everywhere, and like
I want to see the video.
Like yo, and like.
I want to see the video. Like, I want to see the video from the locker room where he's back there and he just, like, uses his teeth and pulls the sheath off the needle and plunges it into his thigh. He lets out, like, some primal roar. He just goes to get busy.
He's like, hey, Ma, I need my shot again. Well, but it's right before a match, yo. Give me my goddamn shot. Roid rage. So I mean, I think he was something like
he's in the back acting like the Hulkster. Hey, what got into him? Yeah, he's going through the transition. I don't know. I didn't ask.
He's like doing promos back there. He's like, "What you gonna do, brother? I got the weight of 100 moons on my back." It's like, what?
You're like, these 2 Scud missiles right here, straight from America. Remember when you was talking about Scud missiles? I haven't had Scud missiles in a long time.
That was 1990. Yeah.
Strikes, but hey. That's oh man. I want to see that video.
It's so stupid.
I would laugh for like 15 years off of that. Like
Wrestling 90 promos, always the best. Yeah, so you had him. I think he went something like 56 or 50. It was between like 55 and 59 and like so you had that one. Yeah, I know, right? He's just shooting steroids.
But I don't know what it is.
But I think even like Dana White came out about it. Like he came out against it. Same thing with Joe Rogan came out against it. You know, a lot of people came out against it because initially it is wrong. You do have a person who is technically juicing. You know, fighting.
Technically.
It's technically juicing. I'm gonna say technically juicing.
Juicing on a DNA level. Sheesh. It's like you might as well just spray yourself with gamma rays before you go and fight. Come on.
So you had that issue, and see, but this is the thing. I have a whole thing against that. I don't think as a child or a fucking teenager you should be allowed to try and transition. First off, and be realistically speaking, as a fucking teenager, you don't even know what the fuck you want for lunch, let alone what the fucking gender you want to be. You know what I mean?
That is a fact.
Let's be serious about that. And I mean, like, parents who allow their kids to start transitioning in fucking high school and lower than that, you need to do some fucking jail time. Because that is fucking horrible. Because you may be allowing them to make the biggest fucking mistake in their life. The biggest fucking mistake of their life. Because again, they're teenagers. They have all these hormones going on. And now you're introducing new hormone therapies and all this shit. Like, as a teenager, and somebody in the science field, or it was in the science field at this point. Well, I don't know what's going on yet, but whatever. I mean, I think any psychologist or psychiatrist who would allow a fucking teenager to start hormone therapy, you should lose your fucking license.
Yeah, that's gross misconduct.
That is fucking gross misconduct. Because, again, you're allowing a person who does not have a full scope on who they really are to start transitioning.
And a lot of them change back, you know that?
Exactly. And a lot of them commit suicide because they've realized later on in life they make the wrong fucking decision. But yeah, let's just keep this going because it's a great idea, because this kid really knows who that, especially like the people who let their kids try and transition at like fucking 5 and 6 years old. Like, who the fuck does that? Like, as a parent, you're a horrible parent, first off. As a psychologist, if you fucking tell a parent this is a great idea, or you tell a child this is a great idea, you're a horrible psychologist. Again, these kids, my daughter's 3, and you have some of these parents who are allowing their kids to transition at 3 years old. Yo, my fucking 3-year-old doesn't even know what she wants to eat from a day-to-day basis.
At 3 years old?
Dude, I'm telling you, it's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous.
Some people,
I just had to get that out.
It's easier to get a driver's license than it is to... You have to go through more to get a driver's license than to give birth and have a child. There should be some requirements.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, we need it for the society. We need some requirements. We need some sort of standards.
No, we do.
Because look at what's going on. Yeah. You can't keep giving burdens to other people.
No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I know trans people. I have friends who are trans. But like, again, they didn't transition until like their mid-20s, their late 20s is when they transitioned, until they had a full scope that this is what they wanted to do, until they understood the person that they were.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, for some of them, they were just lesbians their entire high school career. And into their early and mid-20s. It wasn't until like their late 20s they realized, like, hey, this isn't who I'm supposed to be. I believe I'm this. Hey.
But that was their life journey.
Exactly.
At least they went through the whole journey. You know what? So that's good. You got to give yourself a chance to do that, at least, if that's what you're going to do.
And I don't have no problem with trans people, but this whole thing of letting kids transition, fucking in high school and under, it's like you're fucking retarded. And and this is the thing, any psychologist or psychiatrist that would allow this, you need to get your fucking licenses revoked. That is a fucking gross misfucking conduct, because what you're doing to these kids are a disservice. And I just had to get that out there. because
I agree with you there.
That
has to be liberal thinking right there.
That is, it's completely liberal thinking, and this is why I think the whole psychology field needs to be changed. There needs to be more veterans in it. There needs to be more conservatives in it. There needs to be more free mind thinkers, not this fucking cookie cutter, I'm a liberal social justice advocate fucking thinking, because these people are destroying the field. These are the same fucking piece of shit people and scientists who have this whole fucking global warming thing. Same people. The same people. They went from the 60s and the 70s talking about we're going to go through an ice age and everybody's going to freeze to death to, oh, it's going to get so hot we're going to melt. So we don't know what the fuck's going on, so we're just going to call it climate change. Fuck out of here.
It's pretty convenient to be able to just switch your narrative and never be wrong at any given point.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, these are the people.
That didn't work out. Sorry, narrative has switched. We're not doing that anymore. This is the new thing, and this one's right. But you can't prove anything.
Exactly.
You can't prove anything they speak of.
Like, and don't get me wrong, like, most conservatives, and I get it, when we're conservatives, they're either in the field that's helping people, like, physically helping people, like military, police, bus driving, for example. I don't know. You know, they're in, like, or they're in fields where they're making a shit ton of money. And I get that, but I think we need more conservatives to get into fields that also help people in other ways, such as psychology, psychiatry, you know, counseling, social working, teaching. You know, we need conservatives to break into these fields, because we're allowing liberals to destroy these holy institutions that are that are helping.
I'm telling you, Chris. I'm telling you, the way it's seeming now, you might have to covertly go about getting into these fields. Until you get your degree, it's almost as if you can't fully state your real opinion, because you can't get your accreditation stating your real opinion.
Trust me,
your letter has.
Bro, I just think I figured that shit out. After this letter, I think I figured that out.
You keep your fucking opinion to yourself.
I'm gonna be like, why?
Get your paperwork, and then on the day of your speech at graduation, you let them have it. You let them have it. Go on a tirade of all tirades.
Yeah.
It'll be like you had blue balls for 40 years. Finally, you just released that on them. Oh, the
I'm
whole
telling you,
audience covered in jizz, yo.
This is gonna be me. This is gonna be me at my PhD interview. It's gonna be like, white people are just so bad. The slavery and the white privilege, and they just don't care anymore. I mean, black lives really do matter, and they need to know it. And then this is gonna be me valedictorian at my graduation. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. I'm out.
You're like, oh wait, yeah, you with the mop. Fuck you too. Like that shit you said. Like, everybody get it.
Everybody get this shit. I fucking hate BLM. They can go fucking suck a cock. Yeah, you feminists over there, you can suck dick too, but you probably wouldn't go fucking eat each other out. You fucking hoe.
Like, a bunch of dirty carpet, like.
Hey,
go munch a dusty carpet.
Hey, you asexual, non-binary freaks over there, go fuck yourselves, because that's the only thing you can do, you motherfuckers. You know? Just start going off on everybody. They're like, what the fuck did we do? We're like, I fucking tricked you all. And rip off the shirt. I have like a fucking like a Trump Pence 2020 shirt on. Like, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Make America even greater. Fucking eat it, you fucking libs.
You got the future shit set. Make America greater, motherfucker.
Fuck all this.
Make America even greater.
And on the back when it says, when winning still isn't enough. Fuck it. Fuck it, bro. Going all out, man.
Yes.
It's gonna be great, bro. Yes,
but until then, you shut the fuck off.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be. You can call me motherfucking.
They're in control of the accreditation.
Oh, no,
to get to the next stage, we got to do what we got to do to get to that next stage.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you can
so you could be in a position to do exactly the things that you were talking about. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, definitely. No, I know.
It's sad. It's a fucked up thing to say. We're laughing about it.
I've learned a very expensive lesson. Trust me, I think I've got this from here on out. Very expensive lesson. What can I say? I've learned a very expensive lesson.
Yeah. Well, it's a learned lesson nonetheless, right?
Lesson learned.
Fuck.
Oh, I know. What else am I going to do, right? Just fucking eat it.
Eat it.
Just fucking eat it. Just eat it. Eat it.
Like score Liberals 1, Afghan 0. Yeah. But okay, we got 3 more quarters left. Game ain't over.
Game ain't over. I was so depressed after hearing all that. I had to listen to like motivational speeches.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? And I'm there listening to Robert De Niro tell me, we're gonna get ourselves out of hell an inch at a time. I was like, an inch at a time? I'm like, that's going to take a while. Like, realistically, like, that doesn't sound like it's not going to hurt. like, can we do something that might not hurt as much? Like, something that might be a little bit easier? like anything easier? Like, how about we ride, like, a bike? I was like, shit. Like, I never noticed how, like, those motivational speeches just sound how much, like how much is it actually gonna hurt? I'm like, damn it.
It's about the moment.
Yeah,
in the moment, you don't have time to analyze it, so they work. But if you got time to think about them, you'll say, I don't know about that.
Exactly. I was just thinking, I was like, shit. I was like, no. I'm trying to find one that has something easy, like, hey, bro, we got you. We'll cheat for you on your GRE. We'll do your interview for you. All you got to do is show up to class. It's like, fuck yeah, that's the motivation I want right there. Fucking
doesn't exist.
Apparently not. Trust me, I searched YouTube. I Googled shit. I was like, shit, there's no services like this? They only make that shit up in TV shows. I was like, apparently so. Fucking bullshit, bro. Like, Jesus.
It really is, but
I fucking hate it.
It's a game nowadays.
Oh, no,
we're not alone in this country, so it's part of dealing with certain things. And they're the ones in control of all higher learning. Because I can't think of a place, at least for what you're trying to do. You understand what I mean?
But if any of my subscribers out there happen to be, a conservative psychologist out there or psychiatrist and have any hooks into getting me into a school, leave a comment in the box below. Just saying.
Come on, man. Help somebody out. Shit.
Help a brother out.
Shit.
Just saying.
Let's switch gears. Right?
Yeah. Switch gears.
Protests
yes.
going on.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
More marching, leather to concrete. It's going down.
So apparently this week, between March 27th and I guess March 31st, if there's 31 days in March, I don't fucking know, but
I think so, yeah.
Is there? Yeah.
March 31. Yep.
Yeah, so they're supposed to be having a women's Muslim march in, like, New York, where was it? New York, D.C., San Francisco, and I think Miami or some shit like that.
And what's the point of this?
Well, to let everybody know they're proud of their hijabs. I mean, they're very proud of that.
Well, I'm proud of my job too.
No, not having. It's not having a job. It's hijab. The quote unquote non-oppressive headwear that they wear.
Okay. So they're proud of it. They're proud of it. What are they trying to force? Well, not force, to bring awareness about people wearing that outside and not being discriminated against? Is that what the gist of this is?
I don't know. I think the gist of it is to try to get Americans to start wearing them so that they can feel oppressed as well. But I mean, that's just what I think. I don't know. I mean,
that's quite interesting because, the funny part is, if you an American woman were to take a plane and go to the country in which they come from and wanted to wear her regular American garb out in their country, I wonder how many of those women would protest for that American woman's right to wear what she wants.
None.
Not one.
No, not one.
They wouldn't care one bit.
No. That'd be a no, my friend. I mean, let's look at the history of the hijab. Back between the 50s up into about the late or mid 80s, I mean, women in Iran didn't wear hijabs.
Okay.
Nor did women in Iraq. Nor did women in Afghanistan. Huh.
So what caused the change?
Ooh. Hold on, I know this one. I can't. Trying to put my finger on it. Ooh, I remember. Radical Islam.
Oh, I've heard of that guy.
Yeah. He's a sneaky guy. That guy, because when the Ayatollah took over, what did he put into place? Sharia law. Same thing with Saddam.
My favorite. Sharia
law.
Sharia law.
Same thing with Saddam. Same thing with the Mujahideen, the Taliban, because the Mujahideen broke up after the war with the Afghanis. The Muj broke up and the Taliban took over.
Is that the same law that if a woman gets raped, she could still get stoned because she cheated on her husband anyway?
Yes, and she actually has to have a witness to say that she was raped. It's the same law that throws gay men off of buildings.
Is that the same law where a woman and her father, a woman's husband and father beat her at the same time?
Yes, with canes
she
usually.
Does something. Cane. They would cane them.
Yes. Yes.
Man, that's
very interesting laws.
In the Quran, it says that if your woman is disobedient, it is okay to beat them lightly. That's actually in the Quran.
Really? I thought feminists said that the Quran was so, feminist.
Oh, they didn't read that part.
Oh, you don't think so?
They didn't read that part. And if it's so feminist,
you're lying.
It definitely says men could have more than one wife. So...
Wait, but didn't the Quran say that they could have actually sex slaves as well?
Oh, the Quran says that. They talk a lot about having slaves.
So slavery's okay in the Quran and in Sharia law?
It was I don't know about Sharia law.
I'm pretty sure it's okay.
I don't know about
I'm pretty sure it's okay in Sharia law as well to have slaves.
Well, it must have been because they did a whole
Muhammad
big
had
job.
slaves.
He sure did. They did a job on Africa.
They did. For over 2,000 years. Oh.
They really did way worse than anything.
They had hundreds of wars.
That the white man did. That you white folks that we hate so much, you straight white folks did.
I'm sorry. Oh, hold on, wait. I have to do my daily apology. I'm sorry, Mr. Black Guy, for the slavery for the slavery I was not involved in. I apologize.
You know what kills me about that? You know what really kills me?
What?
America stopped buying slaves before Africa stopped selling them.
Well,
how fucked up that is? Our old country was still selling us to them. We still got them, and they just said, hey, no one come through the port today?
No.
Like this.
That's when they just turned around.
I want to get my whiskey. I have to get my beads. Where is these ships?
Where's these ships? That's when they don't
buy these slaves, bro? Nah, let them go. Just leave them change.
Just leave them. That's when they turned around to the other side and they were just like, oh, the Arabs are coming back. Here you go.
Yeah, we got some.
Because the Arabs didn't stop. And that's what people didn't get. The Arabs didn't stop buying slaves after the Americans freed them. But what are we talking about? It's just Sharia law.
You don't hear anybody getting mad when they go into one of those Arab corner stores.
Oh no.
When they argue with them, they won't talk about we built this country. All right.
Yo,
You want to talk about we built Yemen because we were slaves.
Yo, retarded. Yo, we built Yemen, son. What you know about that?
Built Yemen. Yo.
We built Yemen.
Yo,
we
all
built
that shit
Iraq.
over there. You know, who think Dubai got? Why Dubai got so fly? That's us.
Yo, who built that 5-star hotel? Us.
Yo. My ancestors, all backs. Like, give me free shit. Give me some free ham and shit. You know,
give me some Dutchess. Give me some of them Dutchess, bro.
Give me some Dutchess. Yeah, a box, man. Just give me a box of backwoods, man. And get on my shit.
So
free loops too. It's unbelievable.
You're an idiot.
Unbelievable, yo. I laugh, but it hurts. Laugh a lot, but that shit hurts, man.
Well, motherfucking people. But I mean, like, this is the thing, though. When you really think about it, it's like American I would say Western feminists and Westerners in general have no idea about like the ideology that these people have. They just believe whatever the mainstream media tells them, and it's like that's the word of gospel. It's like, oh my God. I'm like if I think I want to give you guys the right hashtag to look up and to actually see right now, because you hear all these women who have been brainwashed since they've been children that they have to wear this hijab, and it's, you know, oh, you need to wear this for your religious purposes and stuff like that, and it's freeing when it's not, because right now you have women in Tehran and Iran who are actually have a hashtag out there, and I want to give you the right one. I think it's like no hijab or free or hijab free or something like that, and where they're taking pictures around Iran, around its capital, with their hijabs off.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's something.
And I think it's, and like I said,
they over there they feel oppressed by it.
Yes,
and they're fighting to liberate themselves.
Yeah,
An actual feminist movement that would be something that is actually oppressing women that they need to get free from.
Yes,
a legitimate cause, in other words.
Yeah,
and over here, they have these feminists so riled up that they're actually fighting against those women's interests.
Mm-hmm. Because, like I said,
you gotta love this shit.
Because again, like I said, like in Iran, they didn't start wearing hijabs until like the mid to late 80s, after the Ayatollah took over and he put in, you know, heavy Sharia law. Okay. You know, if you look at pictures from the 70s, from the 60s, from the 60s, 70s, 80s, they were very westernized. They dressed very westernized. You know, their women went to school. They were dressed in skirts and dresses. You know, their hair was allowed to be free. Even in the 70s, the women had their hairs out while they were protesting against wearing hijabs. You know, again, minimal women even wore hijabs in Iran at the time. Not many. Again, it was like the people who were mostly religious and uneducated, because that's all they had was religion. Just like a lot of these children here, who I consider a lot of these people that are westernized to have like a Stockholm kind of syndrome, where it's like, you know, they are forced to believe this, and that, you know, that's why they think it's so liberating, because they're forced to believe this as a child. They're forced to do this. You see what I'm saying? And
I see. Yeah, it starts from,
it's, you know,
from infancy.
Exactly. And it's the same thing if you look at pictures from Iraq and Afghanistan, like back in the early 50s, 60s, 70s, and up in some of these places up until the early 90s, you know, the women, you know, were in downtown Kabul, at Kabul University, Kandahar University, with their hair, wearing dresses, looking westernized, you know, and they weren't wearing hijabs. You know, so for a lot of these people to be like, oh, well, it's part... No, it wasn't. You know, it was forced on you by the oppressive side of your culture. And for you to sit there and be like, this isn't oppressive. Yeah, it is. Because you think you want to have a heavy fucking... Because I've worn freaking the scarves that the men wore. And let me tell you, that shit gets fucking hot.
It does, right?
So, yeah.
It does.
It does.
There's no getting around it.
No.
And that heat, I mean, you're a former soldier. You've been to that heat.
It's fucking hot.
Can you describe that heat for me?
And
like,
even if you get
compared to like American heat, like that heat in that sun over there.
No, it gets hot.
It like?
I mean, if you say you're by a river, it's more humid out there. I mean, temperatures are reaching up to, in the summertime, up to the 120s, 130s. If you're in like Iraq, you're looking at dry desert heat, 110 at a minimum. Very, very hot. Most of the time, no shade around, shit like that. And Afghanistan, you're looking at same kind of hotness, probably around 98 to the 110s, 120s in certain areas, like southern Afghanistan. Mountain areas, you're looking more like 100, not like 100 most of the time.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's fucking horrible. Horrible. It's not even like it's fucking cool heat. I mean, most of it's dry heat, unless you're by like one of the big rivers, for the most part. So like if you're in Iraq, if it's like the Euphrates River, you know, that fucking is like humid heat. When you're in the mountains, it's not that bad at all. Actually, it's actually pretty nice. But I mean, it's still hot though. Not gonna lie.
Right. When you contrast being down at the base as to being up in the mountains, it's a little bit more bearable.
The higher you go, the more bearable it is.
Okay.
Oh, that's gonna be on.
So I wonder if after everything, what I really think is that it seems when they grab these women, because you could show them all the facts that you just laid out right now, and I doubt it'll make any difference to them.
No,
because they have them emotionally invested.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen, from what I know about a woman, is that is the most powerful a woman is when she is emotionally invested in something.
Mm-hmm.
They become the most task-orientated people on the planet when they're motivated by their emotions. And they were tapped into their emotions on this.
Yeah.
So I don't think any amount of facts really are going to dissuade them from, what their focus is right now.
Probably not. I mean, like, they're, right, I mean, I think realistically most liberal women are probably like half retarded anyway. And I'm just being serious. I think they believe they're easily swayed and easily believable to anything that any major media says to them. I mean, perfect example, yes, they said that there was no wiretapping, but they did say that Trump was illegally surveilled. All the mainstream ran is that Trump wasn't wiretapped. But yet they left out the part that said that he was illegally surveilled, right?
Right.
So now when I'm talking to some of these liberal women that I know that I work with, they're like, "Oh, well, Trump was never wiretapped." I'm like, "That's not what he said. If you actually listen to the actual interview, like I did, he was illegally surveilled." "Oh, but he wasn't wiretapped. That means they didn't hear it." I'm like, "You're an idiot."
Because it wasn't about that.
Exactly.
Right. It was about the surveillance.
Yes, because again, they're retarded. Most liberals are retarded. They may think that they're smart. They might think that I'm fucking a genius. I'm so smart. No, you're literally just retarded. You're just smarter than the other retarded people around you. Right. Like that's how it works. Like it's kind of like the person like who's the fastest person, the slowest person. Like that's you. You're the dumbest person. You're the smartest, dumbest person in your group. So no, they will never get it, and that's the thing. I think that's what that whole thing led up to. I guess I don't know. I kind of got off track, but yeah. But that's the thing. They will never get it because they are the smartest, dumbest person in their group. If that makes any sense.
Are the tallest midget I know.
Exactly. And that's what it comes back to with these people. Like, they're mainstream media sheep that will only listen to what the mainstream media says because they think that their word is gold. But again, it's like, where are they getting their word from? You ever think about that?
Right. Like, this is the thing, and this is a message that I would like to get out to anybody who listens to us, conservative or not, or wherever you are on the map. Just question everything.
Mm-hmm.
Find out for yourself.
Yep.
Don't take my word. Don't take Afghan's word. Don't question it. Question everything we say. Do your own research.
Yep.
And then come back with an intelligent, even if I don't agree with what somebody says, if they come with a research opinion with something that makes sense, I could respect it. Okay, at least they made an attempt to form something that's actually presentable. But half the arguments that we end up getting are so easily unraveled. It's like a sweater grandma knitted 90 years ago with a whole bunch of strings hanging out of it that have been played with a cat. You could just pull one and the whole thing will come out.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's what I mean, man. It's
definitely like you always got to do your own. Again, you always have to do your own research, regardless of who you're hearing it from. I mean, I think the perfect example was a 60-minute piece where, this guy is talking about where he got his information about Clinton having a disease. He says, "Oh, well, I got it from the Clinton." He says, "What does he say?" He says, "Oh yeah." What he says is, "I got it from the Clinton campaign." And he's like, "How do you know they're not lying to you?" And the guy had nothing to say because he doesn't know. Because again, at the end of the day, you don't know what's earlier I just broke down how scientific research works realistically, and like what people are being taught when doing research. Like that's what I was being taught. Like if my original thesis statement does not fit, or my hypothesis does not fit what my data says, then they tell you straight out to change it. Change what your research, what your hypothesis is, what your research statement is. Change it, because that's what they're going to tell you to do anyway. They're going to tell you to change it to match the data, or change the way it's said so it matches the data. See what I'm saying? So you can't always believe what's out there. You need to go and research it for yourself. You got to make sure that you're up to speed on what's going on, because you don't want to be, the smartest dumb person in the conversation.
Right.
Or rather, the dumbest person in the smart person conversation.
You don't be the top or the bottom.
Yeah.
Wait, that sounds weird. Top or the bottom.
Yeah, that does sound
what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna let that slide go. We'll just let that go.
Yeah, that didn't sound right. But yeah, you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be the person that's catching. I guess would be a good term for it. I don't know. But yeah, you just don't want to be that person, because you're gonna look like the idiot at the end of the day. I guess that's what we're trying to say. Don't be the idiot at the end of the day. Because apparently,
in this day and age, there's no excuse not to be informed. There's so many avenues for you to get your own information. We basically walk around with an encyclopedia in the palm of our hand.
Mm-hmm. I've been saying that for years. You got a device in your pocket that you have an unlimited amount of information. Use it.
Right. And don't just search Google, because Google's been infiltrated.
Yeah, probably.
They were saying during the election that Google was working with the Clinton campaign.
Yeah.
So that when you started typing in Hillary Clinton, and you know how Google fills in with suggestions, it would automatically fill in Hillary Clinton is great, or Hillary Clinton is guaranteed to win, or whatever. It'll automatically fill those things in, because it makes it seem like that's what people are saying. So we'll only come up with things that were positive about Hillary Clinton. Whereas if you went to a Bing site or another different search engine, you would get a more balanced variety of choices to look at.
Yeah.
But Google was trying to push the positive narrative about her. It's funny, for someone to have so much, I mean, you've had questions. You had questions given to you. You had a wave of all these liberals around you, and you still lost.
I know.
That says a lot about the amount of information that's out about her person, but it also says a lot about the amount of information that's out, and how people are able to go and find things for themselves.
Yeah. No. Oh, definitely. Yeah. I think that's what really worked against her, was like YouTubers. I'm not saying us, because we weren't out at the time, but YouTubers like us who, do this job of, saying fuck, fuck the mainstream media narrative. This is what the truth is, and this is what you need to hear.
Right.
And it's YouTubers who do what we do, you know, whether they monetize their videos or not, whatever the case is, it's YouTubers like us who just sit here and be like, this is the truth, this is what you need to hear. Whether you want to hear it or not, it's up to you, but this is what the truth is. And it comes, and that's why people like us are important. What, you know, whether we get paid for this or not, at the end of the day, you know, again, that's not the point, but YouTubers like us who are just like, this is the truth. You need to hear it. Now, what are you going to do with this information we just gave you?
Right. Now the ball's in your court.
Exactly. You make a decision.
Right, and it's a responsibility.
Yep.
Especially once you have the knowledge, you have to act accordingly.
Mm-hmm. Because you need to know what to do with it. You need to know what to make of the information that you're being given. You need to know.
And it's our freedom. Our freedom's at stake here. Yeah. It's serious stuff.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, they're going to have it where all your thoughts are policed. Mm-hmm. All your feelings are policed. You know, you're not allowed to have any feelings. You know, like you can't feel. I want to go hang in a white bar. That's not. There's nothing wrong with saying that. It's mm-hmm. like if you just want to hang with, if some Spanish folks want to hang with all Spanish folks tonight, or they want to go be with all Spanish. There's nothing wrong with that. We're tribal people. We mm-hmm. don't have to be all on top of each other, mixed together. If we doing that does not mean there won't be any racism or anything like that. That's just foolish.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make any sense. And then especially doesn't make any sense if you go around trying to force it on people. Let people come to their own accord when it comes to things. Going around forcing things on people is the wrong way to do things. It leads to revolution, and that's what's slowly happening now. I really think I see the beginning of it already.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of... I'm not going to say, be like, that's fact. You know, this is definitely going to happen. But, I mean, there are a lot of, I would say... I mean, there's a lot of things that you can see that could be swaying the pendulum that way.
Right.
You know?
I mean, the election was one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The election is one of them. The election was a rebuke on Republicans as much as it was a rebuke on Democrats.
Yeah. That's
a fact, because we're sick of the establishment. We're just sick of the way things is going.
Oh, definitely. It was a kick in the balls to the establishment. I think that was the biggest takeaway from that election. It was a kick in the balls to the establishment, and the establishment in general can't take that. So,
right. So there's going to be pushback.
Yeah.
You see it already.
Yeah. No, definitely can see it already. So I mean, definitely can see it already. So. Definitely, it's definitely looking like the pendulum is swinging towards that way. Hopefully, I mean, not. So,
Well, all I can say is, fellow Americans, guard your freedom.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, open your eyes to what's going on, and, that's always the best thing, is to open your eyes to what's going on, and, don't let this, the blind media blind you with their blind narrative. It's like the blind leading the blind to nowhere. That's pretty much what it is.
What was the parable? They all fall into the pit, right?
Yep, pretty much. And that's something you don't want, because at the end of the day, those elitists will be fine.
Yes, we the ones that suffer.
Mm-hmm. Because even the people telling the news, they're elitists as well. They're all these people who work for the media, major media sources, all have ties to somebody in politics.
Right.
And if you don't believe me, just look for it and you'll find it. You have Chris Cuomo. He has a brother, and mind you, he's on the conservative channel. Oh, no, sorry, no, he was on he's on the Communist News Network. I forgot. But look, you have Chris Cuomo, who's he has ties. You have people on Fox News who are married to people in politics. I mean, there's all ties. There's ties all around it. Why do you think they have the correspondence dinner every year? You know what I mean?
Right.
There's ties.
And you see
everywhere.
everyone who's supposed to be enemies and everything and sit down and eat together. They're not enemies.
Yeah, they're not enemies.
That's theater.
Enemies at all.
That's theater. That's for us to divide over.
Mm-hmm.
and they're constantly just bickering and arguing with each other. They're not arguing with each other.
Exactly.
They work with each other.
Yep. Exactly.
It's messed up.
It is. It is what it is. It's keep your eyes open. Gotta watch it. Gotta watch it. You know? The more you observe and the more you'll see, the more you'll pick up. It's like that scene from The Matrix. What pill are you gonna take? The red or the blue? Blue.
Right.
Blue. Blue. There we go. I can say it.
I always
right.
wonder what would happen if Neo took both. Like he just got greedy on him, like, oh shit, yeah, how'd you know I like pills and shit? Yo, give me that. He just pop over them shit.
How you know I was a popper? No, don't do that. Maybe he would have woke up with like only half his body working.
Morpheus didn't plan for that.
No, I don't think so.
I have no contingency for this.
Morpheus, Neo would have woke up like with like only half his body working. Like he'd have woke up in like a mid stroke or something. Like, oh,
stroked out, yo, strokey Neo and shit.
Yeah. And then every time he goes back into the Matrix, it's the other side of his body that doesn't work. So like when he's in the Matrix, like the right side of his body works, and then when he's not in the Matrix, the left side of his body only works.
It's reversed. By the end of it, yo, he gets it all together. You know what I mean? And he's just completely stroked out, and he's fucked up.
I'm sorry, sir.
Science doomed. And we will all fail, Morpheus. Fucking oracle and shit.
Oh my god. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. But alright guys. Glad you guys hung out with us for, our first long episode.
Yes.
Again, thank you for everybody who has liked, subscribed, and viewed our videos. I mean, we got close
great responses so far, right?
Yeah, very good feedback so far. Thank you guys. Thanks for the text messages, the Twitter feeds, everything. Everybody subbing. Thank you so much. We do appreciate all the support. Again, if you can pass this out to your friends, family, co-workers, the neighbor you don't like, your liberal friend that you just want to be friends with again, but he's still butthurt that Trump won, pass this out to him. Maybe we can bridge you guys together. Maybe you can bridge that gap again.
Right.
But again, please like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter accounts are in the comment box below, underneath right under there. If you could see my fingers, they'd be pointing down, right there in that little box things. But again,
hit the little arrow. Hit
the arrow.
All shall be revealed. A blue pill and a red pill is waiting for you.
I know, right?
Hit the arrow.
I wish I knew how to do an arrow gift. I would do one, and it'd be like a nice, cool little arrow, like boop. It'd be like bloop. But that'd be the sound. It's gonna bloop. But again, guys.
It bloop like taking a shit.
What are you doing? Bloop. It's fine, guys. Don't worry about it. But again, guys, thank you for the support. We really do appreciate it. Please continue to support us. Please pass us around as much as you can. I know this episode was a little bit longer than usual, but again, hope you guys enjoy. Let us know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe again, and see you again next week with a next new episode. Later, guys. Peace.
Guard your freedom.
Guard your freedom. Peace.
More raw, the slaughterhouse meat that's still warm. My rare form cause a major retreat from World War. What's more, beast mode is red dawn. Brandish firearm, metal in my palm. Almost if I had a Midas palm, even by myself. What you face is Leonidas, arm me against the world. For the struggle not to fly upon dirt, new ways to contain this rage. Every day, self-control, but it takes its toll. Explode, take it all like your chin in my load. Bringing down foes 100 up and I ain't reload. My suggestion is to bundle up, I'm bringing the cold. The shell of Dosey, throw your your body, take a loss at the goal. I'm not a person, I'm a force and occurrence of presence. The effervescent essence elevates in the heaven. Greatness awaits us. We are definitely destined. Make a diamond out of motherfucker after we press him.